First of all, I would like to congratulate you with the sold-out concerts in Moscow and Saint Petersburg.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's great.
It's awesome.
And we're going to start the interview with a more recent topic. Okay. In your latest albums, we can notice that you use more electronic sound effects than you used to. And what I would like to know is there a possibility for Poets of the Fall to drift away from the traditional rock sound?
I think whenever you listen to Poets of the Fall, like new stuff, there's something new coming, something that we are experimenting with, and it's always a kind of drift because you live on and you see things that at some certain points they start to interest you and you want to experiment, you want to do something. So maybe, but as far as drifting away from our traditional sound, probably the sound will evolve over time, but we'll probably always be the same band that we've always been, you know. I mean, even that you can listen to me 15 years ago and listen to me today, and there is a difference to the sound, but still it's recognizable. It's still me, you know. And I think that's the same thing with the rest of the music as well, you know. And of course, when you do something like this, it's your form of expression, it's your art form. You want to evolve, you want to do different things, and not just keep repeating yourself. That would be madness, you know.
So in the past you have said that you would like to collaborate with such musicians like Anastasia, Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, and you too. What we would like to know is, has the list changed from the time with any maybe newcomers or Finnish singers?
Every now and then we do get reasonable suggestions of doing duets or stuff with other people, and sometimes it's possible we have time for it and we like the music and stuff, but as far as who I think are great artists, the ones that I thought were great artists way back then, they're still great artists. So I would still love to do the duets and whatever, you know, collaborations with the artists that I've mentioned, you know. But every now and then you kind of also bump into new faces and new artists, so you go like, wow, that's really cool. But then, you know, reality hits, and then you realize that there's only that many hours in a day, and they're pretty packed. So, you know, maybe one day, you know, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you were writing the song War, you've told way back that when you were writing it, you had a vision of what the song would sound like in the end. And when you showed the lyrics to Ollie, he started to play his guitar, and the tune that he was playing was pretty similar to the one that you pictured, and that was pretty spooky.
Yeah, the way it went was that I was playing, when I was writing the song, I was playing something different. And then the next day when I went to the studio and I said I was doing this new song last night, and Ollie said, yeah, I was actually doing another song himself last night. And I said, okay, play it. And he started playing that. And it was so freaking eerie when I realized that he was playing the same tune that I was kind of like, I was singing. I said, wait, I'll just put my guitar away and I'll sing it, you know. And I started going like, do you remember standing on a broken field? And it fit right there. And it was like, whoa. I'm still getting the chills, you know. You should see my skin. It's like the hairs are standing on end. So that sometimes happens, and it's really awesome, you know. You just have to love it, you know. Something like that happens.
Do you have any similar stories to that one?
Yeah, there have been, like when we wrote the Maybe Tomorrow is a Better Day, like way back when in 2005 or something.
Yeah.
That was a similar kind of thing as well, because I think it was kind of the same thing. He started playing, and I was like, this sounds kind of familiar, and the melody and almost even the lyrics that we used for Maybe Tomorrow is a Better Day was a song that I'd written like when I was 17.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just went, I still have it. I have this pile of old songs and lyrics that I've written over the years since I was, I don't know, 15 or something. And I went to that one. I still have it. It's right there where I work at the studio, and I have that, and I sometimes leaf through it. And I found that lyric there, and I took it out, and then I started tweaking it. But it was like one of those things as well, you know. So sometimes it happens. Partly, I think, because we are also very in tune with our style. So if one person in another place does something, chances are that there's something similar coming from, you know, another one of us. And
same spirit means a lot.
yeah, it's kind of that. I like that.
Yeah.
There was one more on this on the ultraviolet, but I'm just like, and I've even written about it. Someone asked about it, and I answered the question, but I don't remember which one it is now. You know, some of you guys probably know it better than I do because I tend to forget.
That's human.
Yeah.
So okay, you've done a lot of covers, like Chris Cornell's "You Know My Name," Adele's "Rolling in the Deep," and fans liked it very much. So tell me, please, why don't you do more covers?
Time. Yeah.
Lack of time?
Seriously, I mean, we have a list of songs that we'd love to do. Those two, we had an awesome chance to do them because they were kind of commissioned. So it's like, come to this program and do this thing, and it's like a huge thing. And those two songs that we did are some of our favorites, you know. So we really love them, and that's why we sort of figured that now's a good time to do a cover of those things. Maybe later we'll have some more time to do covers of other songs. But it's also the fact that when you want to write your own music and there's, you know, it's a constant stream, you know, it's playing in your head. You want to get them out and get them on paper, get them on albums and out there for all of you guys to listen to. So time is of essence here. It's really weird.
Can you name a couple of songs that you would like to cover?
Oh yeah, like Ordinary World from
Duran Duran?
Duran Duran, thank you. Yeah. That's one that we've been talking about. Running Up That Hill from Kate Bush.
Oh.
Songs like that, you know, it's awesome tunes, you know, and there are probably a lot more if I just start thinking about them, you know.
Well, we'll be waiting anytime.
Yeah. I'm not promising anything about those two, but I really hope that at some point...
Yeah, we're not announcing anything.
Yeah, not right now, but I'm really hoping that we get down to it someday.
Yeah, so would you like to write a score to a TV series or a movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that would be so great, you know. I mean, it's definitely even just, we've done that kind of work, you know, earlier, and it's really cool, but it's also nice when you have that sort of chance and that time to take and go a different path, because it also, you get to explore stuff, but it also it makes you grow as an artist. You really get to sort of just look in the places you haven't looked before and go like, whoa, what's here? It's like, what the fuck is that? You know, all that kind of crap, you know. And then you play with it, and it's a lot of fun, you know. So, and it's also a nice move away from what we do, you know, with Poets of the Fall every day. Because, you know, that can also get tiring at some point, going like, oh, we're doing this, can we do something else, you know? So yeah, why not?
Do you plan to work with the video game industry in the future?
Do we plan? Yeah.
You plan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Nice to hear it. With the next album, the one word named Trilogy would be over. And what we would like to know is, are you going to keep the trilogy in the future? Trilogy concept, I mean.
Yeah, I could answer that, but I'm not really sure if it would spoil the whole thing for you. But yeah, it's true that this the next album will be the end of the third trilogy, and we'll see what happens next.
Great.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what is the country that delivers the most quality in its musicians and its audience as well?
What is the country?
Yes.
Wow, that is a tough one. I mean, if you think about it, there are so many varied musical traditions globally all over the world, and if you really delve into one of those, it doesn't matter where it's from, it can be really rich. I mean, it can be just like drumming from some part of the world without much more than just the beat, and that can be a world in itself. So I'm not really saying that it's one country or the next country. I think that the deeper you go into a topic, into a subject, the more you're gonna, you know, get out of it, the more you're gonna find from that. So I think it's just, music is, as you probably have gathered by now yourselves, it's a very, very universal language, you know, and people can understand it despite the language. Even if I didn't sing, if I was just like humming, you know, that would already get across to people and make a difference. So it's one of those things that I find that we should appreciate as much as we can, and then give ourselves to the opportunity to listen and sort of get to feel the music, because I think it's ultimately, music is something that you feel. It's not something you intellectualize about.
Great answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, can you explain to us how Russian fans differ from the others, And
You guys are crazy.
yeah, very moment. And if you have any cool stories linked to them, maybe you can share something with us?
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. The crazy part is true. But it's in a good way, completely good way, because I mean it's lovely. You get to come, like before we started this interview, and we talked about coming here. It's like coming to a living room full of your good friends, and everybody's like flaming hot, and they're all into the music. They all know the lyrics, and so much fun to get up on stage knowing that everybody's gonna have a good time. So thank you guys for that. It's really an inspiration to us, so thanks.
Can you name some of your favorite writers?
Like writers?
Writers.
Wow. The weird thing is that when it comes to poets, I'm kind of a handicap because I haven't really read that much poetry per se.
Well, it's funny,
Yeah, it is. It's one of those things, But then I do read constantly, this is probably going to spoil it for you, but right now I'm reading the Witcher novels because they're awesome,
Great,
Yeah.
great choice.
Yeah, so Sapkowski is definitely, he writes really well,
Yes.
So that's one of my favorites at the time, but I'm the kind of person who reads 20 books at the time. I have 20 books and they're all open and I just choose one and I keep reading. Just taking one book and reading it at one go, it's like, oh no, something else.
To keep a lot of choice for yourself. Yeah.
And I have facts and I have fiction. I'm learning, whether it's I read something that's got to do with law, or maybe it's something that's got to do with, I don't know, medicine, or maybe it's something that's got to do with astronomy, because it interests me. And then I read a book or two about it, but in the middle I might read some Witcher books, I might read some other fantasy, whatever, kind of like that. And so it's for me, reading is one of those pastimes that I really, really love, and I do want to take time off from my day to just shut up, get out of here, I want to read. That's my thing. But then when I start reading, I usually fall asleep within 5 minutes. Unless it's like a really, really captivating book,
Well, it's just exciting how you could manage to read 20 books at a time with your packed schedule.
Oh, yeah, because they're almost all here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nanotechnologies.
Yeah. I mean, it's awesome. You just, flip through, this one today. Shut up. So that's it.
With your graphic designer background, I would like to know, what are the best 5 music band logos?
Wow. Marilyn Manson, Lenny Kravitz, Foo Fighters. Those are the ones that I really liked in the past. Metallica is awesome. And AC/DC, and now that you got me started, I could keep going, but those are the 5.
Okay, great. Yeah, this was amazing.
Yeah, it was. Thank you. Yeah.
And lastly, but not least, I would like to give you a present.
Wow. Oh, cool.
Yes, so it's a... Yes, I would like to give you this plastic bag.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's an awesome
It's
blue.
a vinyl record of Aram Khachaturian. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I'm not, but I will be.
Yeah,
definitely.
he's one of the finest USSR composers. Yes, so I hope you enjoy it.
Wow, thank you. This is awesome. Can I keep the bag too?
Yes, of course.
Because I
Just
mean,
put
I
it-
don't want to spoil this. Get it.
Yes, the package is a little bit banged up because just it's like 40 years old.
But that gives
the
it
insides,
character.
yes,
Definitely. Yeah, that's awesome.
But the insides are good.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Thanks.
time.